Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm Shannon Cruz. I'm a senior studying communications and rhetoric studies with a minor in business administration. This summer I was a business analyst intern for Pfizer at the Alpharetta campus, and I was there for about 10 weeks. That's how long the internship program was. Fiserv is a U.S. provider of financial services technology. Some of the company's clients include banks, credit unions, leasing and finance companies, and retailers. And at first, I still wasn't too sure of what Fiserv did, so thankfully one of my colleagues explained to me on my first day. So say you're transferring money from your savings account to your checking account or making some type of deposit. So basically what Fiserv does is they created those programs on the back end so that you're able to make those transactions and get your money right away. And another example of what Fiserv does, if anyone has heard of Zelle, is very similar to Venmo, where you can transfer money to anyone that you would like. So that's kind of the program Fiserv creates. My role as a business analyst, I worked with the Enterprise Technology Group, otherwise known as ETG, and our main focus was to plan and prioritize projects up to a year ahead of time, and we do that by keeping track of current projects and making sure they meet those committed finish dates and go live dates. And some of the tasks that I had, I wish I could give examples, but a lot of the work I did was confidential. But I learned a lot about portfolio management by improving project tracking. And by doing that, some of the tasks I was assigned was cleaning Clarity. And that's one of the databases where ETG holds all of their current projects. So I would check on each project and communicate with the project managers and sponsors to ensure that all the information that was listed on each project was correct, because even the smallest detail like an end date or a start date can be very detrimental to the whole project itself, and that can create a domino effect for the rest of the projects playing out throughout the upcoming years. I also created process documents, and I made them for the regular duties and responsibilities that were completed by members of ETG on a regular basis. And then these documents would then be saved and used as references for anyone who needed help doing something, anyone on ETG who needed help. And then I also worked on AOP, which is the annual operating plan, and I communicated with project managers, engineers, architects, and sponsors, and obtained all the information for each project for the next year. So for 2019, I collected all that information and put it into a spreadsheet. And with that information, business analysts could prioritize which projects to plan in the beginning of 2019. I also worked with Power BI, which I learned was actually pretty cool. If you didn't know, Power BI is a business analytics service that provides interactive visualizations, and you can create really big reports and dashboards that can give a wide variety and range of data. My overall experience at Fiserv was really great. Everyone there was very friendly and helpful, and my managers were so supportive and were happy to answer any questions that I had, because I wasn't too familiar with the duties that a business analyst does. The summer intern program, there are about 40 interns working on various teams in ETG, and it was nice because all of us were able to sit together in like a little corner of the second floor. We had our own like little group when we were able to collaborate with each other. If we had questions, it was easy to ask one another and help each other out if we needed that. And it also helps it also helped with networking and learning about the different tasks that each of us had to do. All the interns also participated in a volunteer event called Fiserv Gives Back, and the company holds these types of events on a regular basis, and they encourage their employees to service and promote community service around. And I worked with other interns were also invited to a town hall meeting where we heard Fiserv CEO Jeff Yabuki speak about the improvements that he wants to see throughout the company. It was really cool to see that, and he was able to get employees' feedback firsthand so he could see what he could improve himself and make the company even greater. So if you're thinking about looking for an internship, or if you're hesitant, I would really encourage you to do it. It's beneficial for various reasons. Obviously, it can boost your resume, and it can help you gain experience and help you learn where your interests really lie. It also helps with networking, which is very, very important. For your resume, I would just make sure it's up to date before you go out and apply for those internships. It's best to make sure that there aren't any mistakes, and keep your resume on one page so that it's easier for employers and recruiters to read it so that everything's very concise. And networking is also very important before, during, and after you've worked with a company. It's important to build relationships with your peers and colleagues and make those connections, because later on those connections might help you land a job in the future. I also say be patient. I know it can be discouraging if you don't get hired for the exact job that you wanted, your dream job, or you're interviewing for positions that you were excited about but then realized they weren't exactly what you wanted them to be. So I would just say to be persistent and keep applying and interviewing for jobs, because the more you interview, the more practice you get with that. And so I'll also be prepared for interviews and practice your interviewing skills. Being prepared to talk about anything listed on your resume, and make sure you have questions prepared for your employer when they're interviewing you. So ask what to expect after that interview takes place. And it's also nice to send a thank you note or an email at the end of the day after your interview to thank them for their time. And a big piece of advice I would say is to make yourself memorable. And by this, I mean making sure you're actually at the workplace. Face-to-face interaction is very important. So actually going to the office and working with your managers and colleagues, ask as many questions as you can. Because if you have the option to work from home or work remotely like I did, I noticed some people or a lot of interns might take advantage of that, and you don't really get that connection, that face-to-face contact with your managers. But if you do go to the office, it'll help them remember who you are.